course I don't know about you, but I think Rupert Lowe is a bloody good MP, and Reform were utterly mad in my opinion to basically kick him out of the party before anything was proven. And let's face it, with what the so-called independent KC came back with, seems a bit of clutching the straws to me. But anyway, it seems something has happened which is going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons and is probably going to make Nigel Farage potentially a little bit peed off. But just what am I going on about then? Well, according to this article, it says that Nigel Farage's nemesis, it says here, Rupert Lowe, could join the Tories in a bombshell move. Now, obviously, the Tories haven't exactly been doing too well with their reputation, especially since Rishi took over. Because let's face it, he wasn't exactly popular, was he? Especially when, of course, it did seem like he stabbed Boris in the back and helped to kick him out with some sort of coup. But back to Rupert. This could actually be a big problem for Nigel, because from what I've been hearing, a lot of Reform voters actually think Rupert potentially could be a better leader for the party than Nigel Farage himself, although admittedly he is not as popular as Nigel Farage, yet that is. Because obviously Nigel's been around since the day dot, it seems, with the Brexit party, and before that UKIP, whereas Rupert, as far as I'm aware anyway, has just become an MP, or did rather when he was voted in July. He has been talking nothing but common sense since he got in, and basically, holding the government's balls to the fire, with it seems every time he says something in the House of Commons, which, let's face it, is going to make Keir Starmer sweat more than, I don't know, Gary Glitter near a school playground. But anyway, Tory chairman Nigel Huddleston signalled that the door is always open to Nigel Farage's nemesis, and it comes apparently after reports that the Great Yarmouth MP has had secret talks about joining the party since his explosive fallout with the Reform UK leader. And speaking to the Daily Express, Mr Huddleston, he said that he would welcome anyone into the Tory party as long as they sign up to Conservative values and principles. Well, unfortunately, it seems like quite a lot of Conservative MPs don't actually know what they are, so perhaps Rupert could actually teach them what they are and turn them into proper Conservatives again. But it says, and he genuinely wants the party to succeed. Asked if this would include Mr Lowe, who is, of course, facing those allegations that he harassed two women and he threatened Reform Chairman Zaya Youssef, he said it would in the long term. Either way, though, Nigel, I think if you're watching this, which, let's face it, I highly doubt, but if you are, you really do need to, do a virtual kiss and make up with Rupert Lowe, because he, in my opinion, would be much better as a Reform MP than a Conservative one, because let's face it, he's only going to cause you a lot of trouble, which is the last thing Reform want when their polling since all this happened, as far as I've heard, has been going a bit like that. And yes, I know obviously there's a lot of big characters in Reform with Lee Anderson, Nigel Farage, and before he got kicked out, Rupert Lowe. However, for the country's sake, I think Reform would stand a much better chance of winning the next general election with Rupert Lowe fighting Labour with Reform rather than on the Conservatives. And so, come on Nigel, get Rupert back in Reform as soon as possible.